How France turned bandits into an elite and changed warfare. In the first half of the 15th century, France looked like it had been fed through a meat grinder. The Hundred Years' War had drained the country. The English were firmly entrenched in Normandy and Aquitaine. The Burgundians were advancing their own agenda. And King Charles VII was reduced to a miserable existence, controlling only a small fraction of his own kingdom. But the most dangerous enemy was not foreign. It was born from the war itself, armed gangs of unemployed mercenaries. When fighting paused, thousands of soldiers suddenly found themselves without work. And a warrior without war is like a predator without prey. He begins to hunt. Their victims became peasants, townspeople, and merchant caravans. These ruthless groups of hardened fighters who had battled across Italy, Germany, and France, soon evolved into full-blown criminal clans. They seized fortresses, strangled towns with extortion, and controlled entire trade roads. Known for their brutal savagery and habit of stripping the clothes from the dead, they earned the grim nickname écorcheurs, skinners. Charles VII found himself trapped. The country was in ruins, the treasury was empty, and the crown's authority had collapsed. And then a man who could hardly be described as a warrior stepped onto the stage. Jacques Coeur, a wealthy merchant and banker who rose to the status of what we might now call a 15th century oligarch. His proposal sounded insane, yet it saved France. If we can't destroy them, let's buy them. A deal with the devil. In 1439, Coeur offered a radical plan: grant the most notorious écorcheur leaders legal status by hiring them and their gangs into direct royal service. They would receive wages, rank, and legitimacy. In return, they had one key duty: eliminate their former rivals. So yesterday's outlaws became the backbone of a new royal army. To fund the project, Coeur introduced a permanent tax, the taille. Exhausted by constant violence, the people agreed to pay it if it meant an end to terror. As a result, France formed one of the first true regular armies in its history, an army not loyal to feudal lords, but directly to the king himself. The rise of the Steel Wolves. From 1445 onward, 15 companies, rod units, of former raiders were reorganized into the elite ordnance companies, the early foundation of the future Royal Gendarmerie. Each unit was built from lances, compact squads of 6 men, a fully armored gendarme, a lightly armed couturier, 2 mounted archers, and 2 servants.